At this time, I would like to invite our Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Kimberly Moritz, to the stage to receive the class gift. Ms. Moritz, on behalf of the class of 2019, I would like to present a new welcome sign entitled Home of the Griffins to be placed in the lobby. The SGI community has always been proud of our school's academics, athletics, and musical performances. In placing this sign at the entrance of our school, the class of 2019 hopes to create a lasting representation of that pride. Thank you.
Thank you, class of 2019. We appreciate that you're leaving your mark on our school in such a positive way. I want to congratulate you today, and I realize that my remarks are the only thing standing between you and that diploma, so I'll make it quick. I want to speak first to the families in the audience. I think that this parenting gig, if you're feeling like it's over, I want you to know that it's definitely not. As the parent of a 31-year-old daughter and a 26-year-old son, I promise you they will continue to need you and to look to you for advice. I can remember when our son was graduating, in his senior year he had an assignment, and he was asked to write a paper about someone who was influential in his life. It ended up being like a 7-page paper, and as I'm turning every page of this paper, as this son of mine writes about how awesome his dad is, page after page after page, and I'm thinking, this kid better say something about his mother before the end of this paper. And sure enough, I got a couple of sentences on the end that said this: and I'm glad that my mama had her foot on my rear end my whole life, or I would have amounted to nothing. So I think that parenting, right, that is a combination of love and support and high expectations. And at the same time that you're pushing, you're patting your child on the shoulder. And that continues. If you're lucky enough, in like 10 years, you get to be a grandparent. And that truly is the best job, because you get to love them, and it's somebody else's job to worry about how they turn out. So the grandparents in the audience know that joy. I want to, before I turn to the graduates, make sure that I recognize our military students and their families. If you are entering the armed services, as my brother did at this point in his life, please stand up so that we can show our gratitude. You know, you think you have something figured out when you reach this point in your life, and I thought I did too, and believe it or not, I didn't even go to college to be a teacher. And here I am completing my 30th year as a public school educator. So I echo the words of our guest speaker in saying, take a risk and think about those things that you might want to try, and don't be afraid to go in a different direction. I also want to talk about the idea of moving forward and finding joy and happiness. And we do want that for you very much. Unless happiness for you means sitting on the couch playing video games and sitting on Instagram all day because no one in this audience wants to support you for the rest of your life. Right? So I want to be clear that we mean that in the world of work or volunteer or doing something productive so that you find that sense of belonging and purpose in your life. If you enjoy those things, that'd be a good thing to do after earning a living in some way. We really hope that you realize as you move forward that you do it from a community who has loved and supported you, families who care about you, and I don't know a better springboard than that. I also hope that when you decide someday to come back, and that you do decide to come back and raise a family here. And if you do so, I promise you, Springville Griffith Institute Central School District will welcome you and your family with open arms. Congratulations.